And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here for the Lakers Fast Break, as expected. As expected, indeed. Yes, the G League team showed up. Yes. Yeah. You guys say it all. You guys wanted the young guys. So many people said, JJ, play the young guys. Play the young guys. Well, they played the young guys indeed. But it's Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much for joining me right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Go ahead and check out one of my other shows, the Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. On the latest Pop Culture Cosmos, Josh Peterson and I covered the big opening for Super Mario Galaxy movie. Just that movie is done fantastic. How fantastic? We let you know on the show. We let you know the initial response from audiences, critics, and what kind of long-term health will the movie have going forward. We talk about all that and more. Plus the ending of The Boys, the last season, the final season, hitting Amazon Prime with the first episodes this week, or the first episode, I should say. So looking forward to that. And also, can Starfield, with its major updates and DLC and move to PlayStation 5, actually be good? We're going to go ahead. We talk about those things and more right there on the Pop Culture Cosmos number 501, wherever you get your podcasts. Now available on YouTube as well, on the Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos channels as well, but also for you audio listeners, you have it right now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify on the Pop Culture Cosmos indeed. Also as well, want to go ahead and make mention of my man right here, Drip Show. Drip Show, that's right. At Drip Show Shop on Instagram, at Drip Show Shop on Twitter, at Drip Show Shop on TikTok, at Drip Show Shop on YouTube. One of these bad boys, I will do a drawing on the 12th against, as the Lakers finish up against Utah Jazz on their last game of the year. And the winner in the continental United States has to be a subscriber. Has to be a subscriber of the Lakers Fast Break. But make sure you follow Drip Show at Drip Show Shop on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. And even if you don't win, you can go ahead and reach out to Drip Show, my man Drip Show, to go ahead and ask how you can get one of these bad boys or one of the amazing canvas arts right behind me. I've got LeBron to my side over there. You've got Luca right there. You're not actually seeing them on the court, but you can actually see them behind me, and Kobe as well. Plus, I've also got my Kobe pillow as well. Kobe and Gigi, always a memory right here, right beside me. You can get that and more. Go ahead and reach out to my man at Trip Show Shop on social media. Right there for you as well. But go ahead and make sure you stop on by at Trip Show Shop. I also host, by the way, Lakers Latest, a part of the Fan Arc Network. I could use some support there. Plus, also as well, it gives me a little chance to go ahead and share some final thoughts of the day that you can get in your morning. Just, you get your cup of coffee, or you're heading on your way to work, or you're at work and you need your first YouTube of the day right around 8 a.m. in the morning. Well, they usually drop it then right there at my friends from Fan Arc. Lakers Latest, about 15 to 20 minutes long, sometimes a little longer, depending on how many comments you provide, because I answer them all right there on Lakers Latest. So go ahead and check it out today. Like and subscribe on Lakers Latest as well. I posted, as far as the link, every day in the notes to this channel right here at the Lakers Fast Break as well. So yes, go ahead and check that out. John Costa with Lakers Corner. Not sure if he's going to stop on by. I want to go ahead and see the obligatory text to make sure if he is here, or if he's not coming here, or if he's gone, or what he has in his life, because he's a Zoom executive now. So, yep. I want to go ahead and just say, unfortunately, I have not heard yet from him. So it looks like he may be here. He may be here. We'll go ahead and check it out indeed. But wanted to go ahead and make mention that the Lakers headed into today, a vital game for them, actually, if you would think about it, because the Lakers have just lost third place in the Western Conference. But with Luka out in Spain, getting treatment on his hamstring, with Austin out, not in Spain. Sorry, Pinty, if you're listening, wasn't in Spain. He was actually there on the sidelines, in a Lakers hoodie right there next to LeBron. And also LeBron James all out, Marcus out, but he practiced and worked out today for the Lakers, and he could come back sometime this week, according to JJ. The Lakers and also Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes sat out. He was a healthy scratch because I guess they wanted to rest his knee as well. So again, be that as it may, the Lakers headed out onto the court at the Crypt against the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder. And I will just say this when it comes to what we're seeing with the OKC Thunder, they're rounding into shape, it looks like, but they kind of took the Lakers lightly. They kind of took the Lakers and their G League team, which is what they played mostly when the game with. It was the Lakers G League team, a little lightly in the first quarter. Lakers kept it close, only down by 7. Actually had it tied up in the second quarter, which was kind of interesting to see. The Lakers playing with some fire, playing with some spirit. But then it all fell apart from there. We found out later on that early in the second quarter, JJ called a early timeout and had a kerfuffle with Jared Vanderbilt. That was not pleasant to see. So on top of everything else, JJ fighting with the players, the Lakers not being able to fill out a team roster full of competent players. And because once you started rolling out the G Leaguers, it was pretty much all she wrote, because halfway through the second quarter, the Oklahoma City Thunder said, "Oh, how cute! They're up with us. They're tied with us. Oh, they've got some spirit. How cute!" And they decided then to go ahead and put the foot on the gas and do what winning teams do. And that's put the foot on the gas and decided to go ahead and end the game right there and then, as they pulled away from the Lakers and never looked back on their way to an easy victory, 123-87. Lakers are now 50-29 on the season, desperately holding on to fourth place in the Western Conference. Right now, Phoenix is up on Houston, 4 minutes left in the third by 4. But they're barely above Houston in the Western Conference, although they do have the tiebreaker, so they do have to lose a couple more before they give up fourth place entirely. But again, for the Lakers, who would like to at least host a first round series, this didn't help their cause at all. But I want to hear what you guys had to say. Again, a lot of you guys have been asking for the JJ to play the young players. If you've asked for JJ to play the young players, because that's what I've heard from a lot of you, and I mean a lot of you, that's what you got tonight. It's JJ playing a lot of young players as they went ahead, and they did. And I think you saw, as I said, when the Lakers are in about third quarter, they were already down by 20 something, and we saw what the Oklahoma City Thunder had out there, and we saw what the Lakers had out there. And I'm just saying that's the difference. So Stefan, I know you're coming on the show. Hopefully we can record a NBA observations tomorrow. Stefan, I say this to you. What we saw out there on the court tonight in the second, third, fourth quarter, actually to an extent the first as well, is the difference between a elite GM and a average to below average GM as far as the acquisition of talent, and the acquisition of talent past man number 6, past man number 7. And when you get to the back end of the roster, even the middle part of the roster, that's where you see the quality of talent start to decline with the Lakers. And we saw that, tonight they had to play the guys that they don't normally play. And, all I hear is let's develop the players, let's develop the players, let's develop players. And some guys might have some promise. Adu Thiero came in tonight and showed a couple things that were positive, a couple things that were negative, but he did show that, if you put some work into it, he may have something out of his career. But then Bronny comes in, and all the detractors to Bronny got their justification tonight with him out on the floor for extensive time. Nick Smith Jr., you saw with his defense exactly why he's not able to go ahead and land a permanent role on the Lakers rotation. With Dalton Connect, the same thing. You see the flaws with this rotation, and it just comes right down to it. Talent evaluation is just not as good for LA as it is in OKC, and you saw that difference tonight. But what do you guys have to say for yourself on that? You like Thiero. I don't want to play Bron. It's rough with Thiero. He did make 1 3 and he did bounce one off the backboard. He did get a little turnover happy there for a minute, but again, with his athleticism, you saw some slam dunks, you saw some spirit from him, you saw some fire. So I'm going to give him some credit. You did see some things that you like out there. So again, I would like to see more from Aduthiero. This is his time to, we talk about opportunities. This could be his time and opportunity to do something to finish the season strong for himself. With Bronny, it's there. It's just there. But great to have you here, Serge. Long time no see, my friend. Hopefully, all is well with you. A belated happy Easter to you and the family. Wanted to go ahead and wish you well, my friend. Always a great pleasure to have you here, Serge. Whenever you can. The mod king of all mod kings. There you go, Stefan. Adu has potential to get up to a Trevor Rees or Shannon. No, don't start that, Stefan. I don't put anything on this kid at the moment. You saw a very rough product, some things that you like and some things he needs to work on. Let's not put anything on the kid. Yes, that's just unfair. And again, when it comes down to it, as I said, Stefan, you saw clearly tonight the talent gap between OKC and the Lakers. And in that second, third, fourth quarter, the guys who they had to put out there, because everybody talks about how we have to play the young guys. We have to play the young guys. Well, we played the young guys tonight. And you're saying develop the young guys. But with some of these guys, there just is not going to be much that you can develop. Let's just be honest and let's just be real. You're trying to sometimes make something out of nothing. With the Aduthiero, there is something that you could possibly make. But let him develop in his own way and don't put comparisons on him so early. Just let him be the player who he was meant to be and have him work hard to strive to get there. When it comes to what you saw as a total product out there, again, as I said earlier, Stefan, we saw the difference tonight between elite GM and a average to below average GM tonight. As far as the talent you're putting out there, it's just not anywhere near what OKC was tonight. And that's the difference. And that's quite the difference right there, is the talent evaluation and how you put these teams together. I couldn't make it any clearer than that. You say I'm always hard on Rob Pelinka. The proof is in the pudding. Right there, you saw tonight. Right there was example number one on as far as the talent gap between the Lakers and the Thunder right there. And you saw who is picking for both teams. It's not like the Lakers have a new GM. Lakers haven't had a new GM for a while. Neither has the Thunder. The same guy and the same individuals making the decisions on both these teams. And again, you see talent evaluation right there, and the Lakers need better talent evaluators. So when everybody asks me as far as what do we need to look forward in the offseason, how much salary cap, by the way, we will not have the most salary cap, by the way. Chicago Bulls will have the most salary cap, I believe, at this point, if all things point and trend towards that. They got rid of their GM. They got rid of their assistant GM. They got rid of their front office yesterday or the day before yesterday. So I would like to do the same. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I want to start fresh with someone who will see and build this team with a fresh pair of eyes and be able to go ahead and hopefully build a team around Luka that can actually win a championship. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens indeed. But Stefan, I'm hoping I get a chance to talk to you tomorrow on NBA observations. That's what I'm looking forward to as well. So JSJ says, I hope so, Gerald. Nick T says, I'm sick of LeBron. He just sat there and you're sick of him. I'm not going to argue with Nick T. I hope all is well with me, your friend, but you're so angry all the time. I just want to see you at least happy. It would be nice to see you happy at some point in time, Nick T. Nothing ever pleases you. Luca, your mortal enemy, is out for weeks and you're still angry. I hope you don't go throughout life with like, I just hope that if we're going to be the butt of your anger and frustration, fine. Just please be good to others when you're out in the real world. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. But here's a good man himself, indeed. It is, of course, the guy behind the Joe Soro experiment right here on YouTube. You can go ahead. He had a show the other day, which you need to check out. A very happy man, all based off the Dodgers start and some very satisfying wins in Toronto. Good pitching performance again today. I'm telling you, Joe, so much nicer when you have relief pitching. It is, of course, Joe Soro. Joe, great to have you here, my friend. I was saying before you came on, and Stefan, if you want to cover your ears, that's fine. You can. Again, I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow and doing an NBA observations. But in the second, third, and fourth quarter, there was just a time, and I said this on Discord. I said, "Hey, look, you're seeing the product out there on the court, and you're seeing the product of a elite GM, and you're seeing the product of a average to below average GM, and it reflected in that scoreboard. People talk to us all the time. Oh, Joe, oh, Gerald, they need to play these young players. JJ needs to play these young players. They need to develop these young players. If they clearly do not have that talent to develop, it makes it really hard to do so. And on top of that, the frustrations boiled over. You saw, I'm sure right now on social media, as far as Jared Vanderbilt, blowing up at JJ Redick, and he was gone from the rest of the game because of it. Your thoughts on a disaster of a game? But it looked like I said earlier, Joe, it was like, oh, how cute. The Lakers are with us in the second quarter. How cute, how cute. And then finally, OKC decided, just, you know what? We're going to end this game right now.
It's very hard for most to not kind of join in to the crowd. A lot of the reasons why things get messed up is the pressure of being tied to the crowd, because you're worried about being judged, you're worried about being criticized, all those things. I've been doing a lot of thinking the last couple of days on just overall assessments of things. Usually the instincts don't lie. It's very, very rare that your instincts are going to lie. And maybe the articulation of it or the delivery of it is not going to connect, much like Dalton Connect's game ever since, a year now? Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you when it hit. I'll tell you when it really actually hit, which is weird because I don't want to give, I got to give Black some credit. He was criticizing us for glazing
LeBron
James.
Yes, LeBron glazing.
That was a turning point. That comment was the turning point of kind of the delivery of the shows ever. Glazing LeBron James, the interpretation of glazing LeBron James.
Oh, Black is here in the chat.
Yeah, I know he is. That's why I brought it up.
Okay.
So we went from being LeBron haters to now LeBron glazers. It can't just be what we're seeing and we interpret what we're seeing at the moment. That's how you know you're never going to win in terms of the public's opinion on you or opinion on your comment. All the screaming, all the yelling. Half the crowd hates it. Half the crowd likes it. Maybe there's a few people out there kind of questioning what the hell's going on. They all think they're probably more mature than you are because they're calm probably, but they're probably as boring as a freaking ficus tree. So and that's the thing is I've had that conversation before with people. I'm like, oh, so you're mad that I'm excited about something and you already assume that I'm upset and I'm going to go into a corner, because that's what most people do. And I've had to explain to them, I said, let me tell you something, man. There's nothing your granddaddy, your grandmammy, your mammy, your daddy, your sibling, it don't matter who, that's ever going to fluster me. If I'm turning the volume up, I'm doing it because I just feel like doing it. That's it. I'm not affected by any kind of insult, compliment. Don't matter. Our interpretation of what we're seeing is pretty dead on. I don't think we'd be spending 82 games a year plus playoffs plus all the offseason stuff and all years and years and years of watching basketball. I don't think we'd be doing all that and not knowing what we're watching. Just because I don't play in the NBA doesn't know I don't know how to understand what's going on. I think that's a stupid assessment. And I've even had talks with people that are not in line with what we talk about. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to bring in Legend here in a second. I was just telling Xbox, what's up, my friend? How you doing, mate? I didn't see you on the Discord, so
It doesn't matter in the end. It doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter how we articulate it. Someone's going to like it. Someone's not going to like it, not like it. Stay in the middle, whatever. In the end, the results are going to always be the true decider. But then at the same time, there's some that will say, well, see, I told you this is what's going to happen after things maybe get good. Like the Dodger thing has been an interesting discussion. I had been a Dave Roberts detractor for a long time because I thought he played soft. And coincidentally, he stopped doing that at the right moment. And then they started winning. So there isn't any, Joe, you were right. He was soft. Then he stopped being soft. And then it's not that. It's, see, I told you Dave Roberts was good. I'm like, really? Is that what you got? Is that all you got? What about this? What about that? What about this, and that? What happened then? That's what I was going by. I was going by that. What was going on at that time? Just because it flipped doesn't mean I'm wrong. It's just that. Oh well, guess what? He stopped doing that and he started winning. Maybe some of us did know what was going on. There's a difference between soft and losing with your best guys or with all the ammo that you have. There's a difference. Assessing the Lakers organization in general, it's been a problem for really 12 years. It's really been a problem for 12 years when Dr. Buss died. Because you had the second generation that were not ever able to do this. They were not able to really, really hone in on running this the way it was supposed to be run. Jeannie got, a little bit here, a little bit there. Jim Buss doesn't know what he was doing. No, none of the other siblings knew what they were doing. I mean, the younger kids that were doing some scouting, I thought they were doing a pretty good job, but I don't know what happened, after that. I just don't know. I don't know enough to know what happened there. I don't really know who was the person really in charge or really making that effect. I feel like when Ryan West got fired, I noticed that's when things started to go downhill in the scouting side of things. So maybe, was it him? Was it, what was it? Tonight's game wasn't really going to be any barometer to anything. I think we all knew they were going to get smoked. But what we also have to understand is this is the result of not being able to really, really put together anything. And it's not really the Lakers at this point. It's just the league in general. The league is just not good. It's just not. We were going crazy about the month of March. They went 15-2. Luka was on an amazing stretch. And that felt good. That felt good because how often do you see these guys play a whole month without having to worry about them sitting every 5 minutes, right? And now the narrative, as people like to use that word a lot, I can't stand using that word, is this is too rigorous for these players. They're not lasting. They can't play 82 games a year. They can't play 82 games a year in a time when medicine, training, nutrition is at its peak. And that's what I thought. That's what tonight's game was about. It was the result of the fact that, and again, LeBron has a little bit of a leeway. He's 41. There are exceptions to the rule because this is a unique exception. 41-year-olds are not supposed to be playing in the NBA and being as effective as LeBron James is. That's where the tide turned a little bit on my end. The man is doing things that no one has ever done, and it came with results this time. It wasn't him scoring 30 points against the Washington Wizards twice a year and playing really well against New Orleans. I mean, he was doing some good stuff against some really good teams on the road. The Lakers hit the wall. It's not likely that Luka's going to be back. I just don't see how you come back from his injury based off the history of it. And I think Austin Reeves is going to play it safe because he knows he's got possibly $40 to $45 million a year looking at him in about 2 months. And then LeBron, that's probably the biggest mystery here. Is he going to come back and take a pay cut? Do the Lakers want him back? Does Cleveland want him to have his little soiree to the end? I don't know. But a lot of me tonight, even though I thought they came out valiantly at the first quarter and a half, I thought they showed some heart there. I was impressed. But in the end, this league is turning into what the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs have turned their rosters into, and that is you're probably going to need one star and a really bunch of really good players to make this work. And I'm worried about Wembanyama, by the way. I don't trust his health. If he can't play with a rib contusion, I don't see how this guy's going to make it 3 months into a playoff run.
We'll see what happens, but it is, of course, the Lakers fast break. Joe Sorrell from
No, Mark, no. You don't trade Luka. I'm sorry, you don't trade Luka. That's the one star you cannot trade. There is no one else. The Lakers got handed an absolute winning lottery ticket with what they gave up. This is a league issue, and this is going to be a talent evaluating issue with the Lakers. And I am optimistic because of the new ownership. If you need proof that these guys have the skill set to put this thing together the right way, all you got to do is look at the other side of town with the Blue. The Blue are an absolute juggernaut, and whether there's a salary cap or not, that's irrelevant. The point is they have the amenities, they have the resources. There's no salary cap when it comes to talent evaluation. And in basketball, you don't need 12, 13, 14 guys. You need 3 and then build around it. You need 1 star, maybe 2, but then you got 3 guys that are like, yep, those are the 3. And that's where we're at.
It is, of course, the Lakers fast break. Joe Sorrell for the Joe Sorrell.
Again, I don't care about this fiasco with LeBron or not. If it means that they're going to win, that's all I give a shit about. I'm tired of the soap opera. I think I'm getting tired of the soap opera. And I think it started when I started getting on X a little bit more lately. I think I'm just tired of there's just so many fucking stupid morons in this world. I always knew that, but it's even worse than I thought. And I just want to focus on how these guys are going to build from this. If it was still Genie running things, we'd be fucked. But the Guggenheims and Mark Walter are very capable of making this work, and it will. And if I had to say one thing to Luka is, please change your lifestyle a little bit. And I know you're hurting right now. I know there's a lot of personal things going on. God, I hope everything works out for you with your kids. Get that once that gets things settled, man. You got to start reading the Black Mamba book. I've been reading that, by the way. Mamba Mentality book. Read that sucker, man, and follow what that son of a gun was doing, man. That guy, as relentless as he was, still lasted 20 years doing what he did. And if you want to be great, really great, you got to stay healthy for an entire year, man. You can't put yourself in this position. No more being out of shape. No more pulling hammies. Pulling hammies and groins are for people that are not in shape for professional sports. That's what I've always seen. It's not something I can experience, unfortunately, but I don't remember Jerry Rice pulling a hamstring or a groin. I don't remember Kobe pulling a hamstring and a groin. Anytime they got injured by blunt force trauma type stuff. That's it. Sorry, I had to go off a little bit there. I try to do it without yelling.
No worries. And I know I've got a Robert Wheeler question for you when I come back to you, Joe, but I'm going to hit up my man Legend for 2 straight questions. Just want to let you know. It is, of course, the man from I Got Next Sports Media, a guy who actually follows a team who I didn't mention this to you yet, but I know we're going to be recording NBA observations as well. But I got to tell you this, it's, because I get Lakers stuff all the time in my social media feeds. And the one meme that has been passed around all weekend long was the one that showcased for Atlanta, Zachary Ricochet and Bronny James, and how Bronny James, the number 55 pick of the 2024 draft, has outscored Zachary Ricochet, the number 1 pick in the 2024 draft, 21-10 in the past 7 days. So I thought you'd find that amusing. So I just wanted to
Yeah,
let you know.
it lets you know how bad he is done
Yes,
in Atlanta.
that's yeah, exactly. So, where Atlanta has gone right in many ways, they did not on this occasion. But
Got
Legend, great to
injuries. They did right on that this week.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that as well. Absolutely. But is Legend from I Got Next Sports Media, the DeAndre Ayton experience today, which didn't experience so well. JJ himself said DeAndre Ayton in the last couple of games of why LA hasn't been able to feature him more. He's had trouble catching the ball. Intel is asking, my man, Intel, how does Ayton not get 20 and 10 tonight? How does Ayton not, they didn't try OKC in that first quarter, and it just did not look. They were just going through the motions, and DeAndre Ayton had a chance, an opportunity to do some things, not necessarily 20 and 10 per se, but at least be effective, more effective than 3 points on the game. Your thoughts, my friend? Again, I think he's a synopsis of what exactly is going on right now with this game, and it entirely just it seemed like DeAndre Ayton did not. He was hating. He did not want to be on that court tonight. JJ arguing with Jared Vanderbilt during a timeout. JJ saying that, what did he say? Oh, yeah. It's nothing personal with him. It's just a confluence of things. So, with all that going on, it seems like the ineffectiveness of Ayton and the malcontent of Vando just made a bad situation with the Lakers' lack of personnel tonight a whole lot worse.
Yeah, it kind of showed that there is some frustration there right now, and you probably a little frustrated with how things have happened within almost a week now. And it's been like I said, I've never seen a team just kind of collapse just like that, just off a snap of a finger. And that's just kind of what it showed tonight. A little bit of frustration, a little bit of just probably trying to figure out what can you do to get through this situation. Aiden, he did. I didn't really get to watch the game fully, but I watched a little bit of from someone else I know who got NBA League Pass. I refuse to pay that, but I watched a little bit of that person League Pass, and yeah, he looked like he kind of disinterested. Looked like he really didn't want to be out there. Probably had the feeling of, well, we know we're going to get our ass kicked anyway, so what's the point of being out here? But still, I give him respect for at least being there, you know. But he didn't look like he was kind of checked out, and but I give a lot of respect to Drew Timmy. They gave some heart, gave a good little fight at the beginning, and then OKC kind of looked at each other and said, all right, guys, let's go in this game. Let's stop
Like,
playing with the
like I was
kids.
saying earlier, though, just like, oh, you're so cute. Look at the Lakers. They're tied with us in the second quarter. So cute. So cute. Oh, and just smashed just like a bug right after.
Pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much what happened. They let you feel good a little minute, have your moment, and then said, I'm going to remind you why you can't be at the table with the big boys right now. Go back to the corner where you belong and stay over there. That's kind of what happened after they got serious with you. But still give a lot of respect to them. In the JJ and Vando situation, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of not surprised. Vando been getting a lot of them DMPs and all that. So there might be a little frustration on Vando end. And then being snatched out after he break 3 free throws in a row. So,
What can you say? I mean, what they were at one time, they were 10 of 25 from the free throw line, Legend. 10 of 25.
I mean, I know some high schools will shoot free throws better than that, so that's pretty bad.
Yeah. You got that right, my friend. But always great to have you here. And again, I look forward to be able to record an NBA observations with you and also with Stefan. If all goes well as well, I'll have two there on the queue, and then I'll be able to free up the one with, of course, my good friend Caleb Ponce. I already have that for members right now. I can go ahead and showcase that off to everybody here soon as well. But Joe, getting back to you, Robert Wheeler had a question. I'm going to paraphrase it because we've had a lot of people that have jumped on since then. I know John is here, my man. He's coming in here right there. I'll have an intro for him in a second. But Joe, Robert Wheeler, the ever optimistic, I will say, Robert Wheeler, he is still believing that vintage LeBron, we will get in a 7-game series against, looks like Houston, even though Houston is leading, and they'll probably tie the Lakers, with, if everything all goes well, continue for as far as it's concerned. Yeah, they're leading by 9 here in the fourth quarter. So they will probably most likely tie the Lakers here in the Western Conference standings shortly and probably pass them at this rate. Even if that's the case, it's looking more and more like a 4-5. The Lakers have won the Pacific Division, so they cannot go to the play-in Trojan. Minnesota may be too far out of reach at this point to try and be able to overlap the Lakers, but we'll have to wait and see. But he's thinking that a vintage LeBron James performance will propel the Lakers into the second round. Your thoughts on that, my friend?
First, I just don't think Luka will be in shape enough, or Reeves, to make a run. LeBron, the great ones always have one game in them left. Maybe he wins one game in the first round, but if they get the 5th seed, which it looks like they're going to get the 5th seed now, that means they're going to be on the road against Houston. I don't. Maybe they win a couple games in that series if Luka and Reeves aren't there. They'll lose in 6. And my concern right now is the Celtics. We just got to make sure that, or Oklahoma City needs to just stay healthy enough to make it through, because I don't trust Wembanyama in San Antonio. Something's off there. He's soft. And he's always been soft. And until he proves otherwise. I don't trust him. I don't trust the young team yet. They're still young. Oklahoma City's battle tested. They've lost, they've won. They've got the depth, they've got the star, they've got the defense. Just make sure the Boston Celtics don't escape the East, which they could, and make sure that you keep them from winning, because it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to worry about that and the fact that the Lakers are going to need some time to get this thing right. Carino had asked what it took 12 years for the team's downfall. I don't think necessarily there was a downfall, because they still won one in 2020. The problem was it's a disjointed operation. It was a disjointed operation. The reason why the Lakers were able to win a championship is because they're the Lakers. They sneaked one in there even. That's just what it is. Kind of like the Yankees in 2009. I actually was using this as a comparison. The Yankees hadn't won they've won one championship in 25 years. So and this is the longest drought that they've ever had in the history of their illustrious franchise. Number 1 baseball team on the planet. And they won one in 2009. Otherwise, they would have not won in 25 years, which is just, it would be like the Lakers not winning one. And it's similar to that, in that they still were able to get something in 2009. The stars aligned. They ended up meeting a team that had already won the year before. Maybe they were burnt out. And then you had one of their players just play out of his mind. And guys like A-Rod played just well enough to get things going where they need to. And that's kind of how the 2020 season was in a lot of ways. Even though I was very impressed with LeBron and AD that year, it was that year where they were, because LeBron chose to go to LA because they're the Lakers, and then that brought AD there. And I thought the third choice in coaches should have been number 1, which was Frank Vogel. and ended up working out pretty well because the defense was amazing for 2 years. But it was not really a good operation once Dr. Buss left. It never was. It was too many children in the house. It's just too many. And I don't really care about what happened in the background and someone knows this guy. I don't care. This is why I don't care to meet these people or want to associate myself with. Like, that's where that comes from. Like, what? I've been around enough people in my life to know that the less people I hang out with in a business setting, the better. Because there's these excuses that you end up hearing. The whole line of it's business, it's not personal, it's business. You know, I always used to balk at that line. I'm like, hold on a second. So you're going to let this person go who's got a wife and kids at home and a mortgage, and you're going to tell them it's not personal? Of course it's personal. Everything's personal when you're jacking up people's lives. So rather than sit here and make excuses for their inadequacies based off of the one or two things that they get right, now we're supposed to pat them all on the back, right? They get one or two things right, pat them on the back. Well, in the end, this is kind of the residue of all that. What did you really put together around the stars when you weren't able to get the stars, or when you even got the stars? You put nothing together. Connect is a bust. Bronny is a bust. He was a bust before he ever came, and he's always going to be a bust. Adu might have some potential. Still young. We got to have to wait for that one, but that doesn't do anything for us now. Who else? One of the guys that you drafted a few years back isn't even on the team. That's four guys right there. Imagine if you had drafted three of those four, because I'll give Adu his due until, a couple of years so that he can develop. He's still young. But you weren't able to get three guys in the draft that should have brought you some talent and some consistency by now. So what am I supposed to say to that? I'm not saying they should have won tonight, but I'll tell you what, if you had three talented guys on this team that helped this team during the year and will help down the road, they wouldn't have lost by 80. You know what? You know what the average margin of victory this year was against Oklahoma City? For Oklahoma City? 29 points. The Lakers scored 96 points a game in those 4 games on the average. That's how far away they are. So all that bullshit about, so this and that, no. Competition matters. We've said this how many times on the show? Competition matters. Going through the East the last 25 years is a hell of a lot easier than it is going through the West. And it continues, and it's going to continue. You don't believe me? Look who's the number one seed in the East. Look who's second. It's not a competition over there like it is in the West. So, but the light is bright. I have a lot of confidence in the new regime. I think that the first steps are going to be this summer, and I think it's going to be here quicker than we think.
Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is Joe Soro and legend Joe Soro from the Joe Soro Experiment, legend from I Got Next Sports Media, and also here today, of course, with the Lakers losing 123-87. Again, with Houston winning right now, it looks like they will probably be in a virtual tie, even though the Lakers have the tiebreaker as of now for fourth place in the Western Conference. Good man is here indeed. He brings you every time out the 3-minute report on Lakers Corner. Although I did tell him, Mr. Zoom executive, your 3-minute report should have been very easy. And I quote,
"Oh, yes.
Not much to say. Lakers have a bad roster. Fire Pelinka and video." That should have been the synopsis of your 3-minute report. It is John Costa. John, great to have you here. I know we could go into detail about the Lakers' deficiencies, and we will in your further questions. But I have something interesting for you, my friend. You and I are gonna take a trip. We're gonna take. I'm gonna get the keys. Hop in the car. Hopefully not the one that you had destroyed. We're gonna go in one of your new car. We're gonna go. Yeah, I think your Tesla. Did you
Yes,
say it
the
was a
Tesla.
Yes, yes. So we're gonna drive. We're gonna go down Conspiracy Road. Okay, because in past few days, I get many after video comments, both on Lakers latest and this show as well. So, which I'm grateful for. But Greenblood, 1988. I got to go ahead and give you a shout out to you, man, because he is in full conspiracy mode, my friend. Because in fact, so much so, John, I have got my tinfoil right here, and I will create a hat while you go ahead and talk about this.
What is
because he believes, after talking with him, he thinks the injuries to both Luka and AR are fake injuries. In AR's case, the dude starts holding his back once he's down 20. Actually, if you look at the footage, they were down 9. During the win streak they had, they were having a blast. Now they will lie and say with Luka that European doctors healed him so fast with their state-of-the-art medicine that we don't have, so he could be back for playoffs. Not fooling anyone with this crap. NBA does everything to defend this bum. That's even, Nick T. I don't even think Nick T has it that bad. Yeah. You can't say the truth or you'll lose your job. So you have to play along. I don't have a job with the Lakers. I run this channel, so I can say pretty much whatever I want. Okay. Whatever, but just another slave of the dollar was his exact statement, and that just blew me away. But I had to say it verbatim from Greenblood, so I apologize if that was bad to anybody. But it's bad when thousands of people say he would do this before the game even started. He does it and expects us to believe it's real.
It's crazy.
So I'm going to get on my tinfoil hat. We're going to go down Conspiracy Road, tinfoil hat. Your thoughts, my friend.
Who the hell is Greenblood?
Wait, who said that?
Greenblood 1988. He responded to
Gerald. He in the chat.
Gerald, let me say this.
Yeah, these guys.
There's levels of bad takes, right? There's like a bad take, and then there's like a black. The black. He's in the chat. He has like the ultimate worst level of bad takes, but that is a worse.
Joe might say a little bit different because he was complimenting Black earlier in the show.
That is worse than a black take. That's crazy. Okay, so this Greenblood guy thinks that Luka and AR are faking it.
Yes. Because this is when I posted by Legend to answer your question. This was when I posted a note on the Lakers channel to give everybody an update on Austin Reeves' injury as soon as it happened. Which 5 minutes later, I got an email from the Lakers asking for pre-orders on playoff tickets. Read the room, Lakers. You just lost 2 of your best players.
Read the room, man. That's an important job.
Hey, they got bills to pay.
You know what? That's almost as bad as one of the John's Lakers Corner videos, his shorts that are like, Joe talks about Bronny and the Make-A-Wish kid, and I can't even get 1,000 views on that one. John misspells Luka because the AI program that makes his and my shorts always spells Luka's name wrong. They always spell it with the C.
Shout out AI, man.
Always spell it with spell it. It's AI when they spell Luka's name with a C. They always do it. And he gets 7,000 views. It's amazing.
Shout out AI, man.
Go ahead.
AI changing the world, boy.
But yes, Greenblood thinks this is fake, and he said that I am being paid to comply. Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna get my hat while you.
If you're being paid to comply, send me some of that, Gerald. Send me some of that money.
Well, I just stopped by Costco. I went to the snack bar. You just go to the snack bar. You know how they have it right there. You just say, I got to wrap this up, and they just help yourself. They don't care how much you take. Absolutely, it's right there at the snack bar when you check out at the snack bar at Costco.
Wow.
Go ahead, my friend.
Well, Gerald, I am a big believer of sometimes you don't even entertain craziness. I'm not even entertaining a wild take like that. I mean, it's already been robbery the fact that Luka wasn't just the unanimous MVP, to be honest with you, but at this point, but for someone to really say Luka Doncic is faking this is absolutely insane, especially because like, man, Luka Doncic is going to get robbed. Like this is going to be one of, actually, I don't want to say one of the biggest robberies, but it's going to be a really big robbery if anybody else except Luka wins an MVP. And unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. It's probably going to be Wemby. It's probably going to be SGA. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And so if someone is, hinting, hey, Luka did this shit on purpose, that's absolutely ridiculous. This guy had an MVP on the line. Like, not that he's out here playing for MVPs, he's out here playing for championships, but just I wouldn't even waste of time with the take like that. Now, as far as today's game, because we are here talking about OKC Lakers post game.
But the conspiracy theory is more fun, John. It's more fun.
Shit. Fuck it. I don't know. Well, conspiracy theory about Tupac being alive still. How about that conspiracy theory? I remember when I was a kid, I fucking swore he was alive. I was like, no chance this guy's dead. Machiavelli theory and all that.
I go by that spot all the time, man.
Where he got shot?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
yeah,
crazy.
that is in Vegas, huh? I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
Anyway, so just about this game specifically, Gerald, no Luka, no AR, no LeBron. Those three guys are our offensive engines. Those three guys are what keeps our team afloat oftentimes. I mean, Luka starting the game on fire oftentimes for us. AR helps us throughout the game. LeBron, offensive engines, whether it be them just carrying the scoring load or them even getting others involved. Like we know how much Luka improves Ayton's game and how much Luka improves Hayes' game. So to have all three of those guys out and then facing the Oklahoma City Thunder, best team in the NBA, reigning champions. Shit, Gerald, I knew it'd be a bad game like this. We were semi in it, to be honest. You shout out Drew Timmy. We were semi in it in that first quarter, and then they ended the first quarter on fire. We did pretty good at the start of the second. I want to give us credit, and big shout out to my 3-minute game recap. You'll get recapped on all that if you want that. Well, we were in it a little bit in that second quarter, and then they went on that 23-3 run. We went on that scoring drought, and after that, it was just absolutely over. And Gerald, I mean, kind of what I expected from a game like this. And I mean, honestly, I don't know how you guys feel, because I don't think I talked to you guys yet about this. I guess at least on the show, but honestly, when that whole shit with AR and Luka happened, like,
the fake injuries, you mean?
Oh yeah,
conspiracy theory. I've got the conspiracy hat on.
Compared to Chris Blood, right, or whatever his name is,
Green Blood,
whatever, Chris Blood, Green Blood, whatever the fuck his name is. For him, it's that. But honestly, I don't know how you guys feel, but me personally, that feeling you get, and y'all probably feel me on this. Y'all diehard Laker fans like this. When the Lakers get eliminated, like it's just like, damn, like this shit is really over. Like I'm talking like when the buzzer rings in the fourth quarter and the game's eliminated, and you're just like, damn, like that's crazy. This season's really over. Like all this that I've been doing just kind of come to an end now. That's honestly kind of how I felt when I seen that AR is going to be out and I essentially missed the entire first round, and then Luka being out indefinitely. So it's honestly kind of how I feel, because without those two, it's hard seeing us be able to make it out of a first round. And then even I caught Joe a little late when I hopped on, but I think he was saying something along the lines of like, even if we do make it out of that first round, like this won't be the Luka that needs to be ramped up in a second round type playoffs. Same thing with AR. So, and even if we do get past the first round, I do think that like it would have put so much on Bron, to be honest with you. I don't know if Bron would have another game. And last thing I'll say, it's also to Joe's point he was mentioning earlier about like, I think you said somebody said that they believe that LeBron can carry us throughout a series. I don't think that Bron can carry us throughout a series right now, to be honest, especially with the team that we currently have constructed. But I do think he can get you one game. He can get you one game, but one game isn't a series. So, who the fuck cares about that? But besides that, it's great to see y'all. And real quick, I got to ask Legend this. Legend, you be using Claude? The AI thing?
I sometimes use it to make certain assignments.
You should fuck with it, bro, because you're a teacher. Well, we could talk about this off camera, but
make sure it spells Luka correctly.
No,
Oh yeah,
Claude
that
is,
makes sense.
Claude is this is like a workflow type shit. This has nothing to do with like the content. This is more to do with like work.
But I know I use AI to make an entire like chemistry assignment for
Hell
doing
yeah,
a couple
bro. AI is
experiments.
amazing, bro.
There you go. There you go. Well, I stopped at a gas station, so no more conspiracy road for us, Johns. But yes, did want to mention that from Greenblood. I thought that you would find that interesting. Uh, Joe, I'll get it to you in a second, but Legend, great to have you here as well. Uh, Intel to answer your questions, Dan Hurley's wife. Okay,
Whoa.
I'm just glad we don't have Dan Hurley here. It's fine that he was working Connecticut all this time for money. Whatever, more power to him. Michigan, I picked in the ESPN Tournament Challenge. I'm in the top 95%, so that I think I'm ranked 1,500,000. So I'll, only,
Okay. I see you doing that.
1,500,000 from all that money. Yeah, there you go.
Doing real
Indeed.
work.
Yeah, it was funny, Legend, because you and I, we went from like 90 at one time, and we went down to 70, then 80, then went down to 60s and the 60 percentage. Then all of a sudden, then somehow, because I'm Michigan one for me, I went up and like 95% of my picks. I'm like, no, I don't think so. But okay, all right, whatever floats your boat. But Into Wild says, and the elephant in the game tonight, not the threes, but the effing free throws we missed tonight. When you miss 10 out of your first 30, excuse me, you only make 10 out of your first 25 free throws. On top of all that, and thank you again for the super chats on that, Intel. With all that Legend going on, you're already playing from behind on talent. You're already playing from behind on score. You're just waiting at some point for this team in the second quarter to just blow up on you, and SGA to finally, just say, you know what, I'm just going to end this for these guys. But it certainly doesn't help you when you go out there at a professional level and shoot 10 of 25 on your free throws to start the game.
To me, that's one of the biggest things that like ticks me off the most when basketball. It's free throw. Ain't nobody in front of you, man. It should be that simple. It should be almost like a layup, honestly. That's one of the biggest things that I tell some of them high school boys at our school. I'm like, bro, if y'all can't at least come out here and make most of at least 6 out of 10, that's pitiful. That makes absolutely no sense.
Should have them do grannies. If they can't hit 70% on the season, have them do it granny style.
I mean something, and it looks worse to me.
Cut their ass, Legend. Cut their ass. The fuck? Don't you standing for no. If you don't hit a free throw, get on the line. You getting cut.
Like, you're in the NBA. That should be easy. That makes no sense. Like, come on, man. You 10 for 25, that's pitiful. You are absolute garbage at that point. You shouldn't be on the NBA team at that point. Like, you are so pitiful that I can probably go to the game and be like, let's bet $50 that this dude Rui gonna probably miss this free throw. I feel good about it. You gonna probably miss it. It shouldn't be that bad, man. Like, you're in the NBA. You're a professional. You should be able to make them. You should really not hardly miss a free throw. Everybody should be able to shoot free throws like Steph or Clay, honestly. Like, nobody shouldn't be that bad with free throws. There's nobody in front of you. The line ain't moving to different spots. It's the same damn spot that it was in high school. There's no difference. Like, come on, man. That's pitiful.
And it's repetitions, Legend.
Yeah, it's muscle memory.
It's exactly just muscle memory. It's repetition. It's not like it's one person is going to be better than another. I mean, I do think that the smaller your hands are, it makes it a little bit easier. Because I did hear one time Shaq said, imagine shooting a tennis ball from the free throw line. I was like, I guess that's a pretty good point. Because their hands are pretty fucking big. But still, at the same time, you're getting paid so much money and you have 24/7 access to a gym. Even if your hands are massive, get in that fucking gym and figure it out. So I hear you.
Figure it out.
I will say this, with the Lakers now being officially tied in the Western Conference with Houston after Houston came back on the road in Phoenix and won. I think they've won 8 straight to go ahead, and they're tied with the Lakers at 50-29. Lakers do have the tiebreaker, but with 3 games left for the Lakers, including Phoenix, Utah, and what's coming up with Golden State as well, we'll have to wait and see if the Lakers can pull it out. 14-31 overall, Intel, 45%. Joe, I mean, when you saw the product that's out there, and you talk about what hope there is for the Lakers to go ahead and be able to make changes to make things better around for Luka going forward. The Lakers will have one of the highest as far as amounts of available cap space to them. They will not have the highest. Chicago kind of already surpassed them by quite a bit on that, and now they will need a front office. Joe, should the Lakers follow that same lead as far as finding a new decision maker when you have that much able room to play with as far as between three first round draft choices they can have an additional second, they can have 40 some odd 50 some odd $million in available cap space, they can have choices to do what they want. Do you want Rob, or I know you don't believe Rob is going to be the one that's doing it, but do you want Rob anywhere in the room making those decisions to do it?
I don't. When you have a new ownership, I think it's only fitting that you get the guys that you want to run your business, guys that you trust, guys that you know that will be better than what you have now, which is more than likely that. The instincts say that this is going to happen. Is it going to happen? I don't know if it's going to happen immediately after the season's over. And I don't really know. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know if they're going to go after Giannis. Giannis is the only thing in terms of a star that's likely going to be available this summer. It looks like he's going to be available. I wish he wasn't. I wish he plays contract out and opt out, but I think Milwaukee will want to get something for him.
There's just an ugly situation there.
It is, but the thing is, there's nothing you can do either. What are you going to do? You're stuck if you're Milwaukee, because he's going to want to go somewhere he wants to go. If he doesn't, if they just trade him, he doesn't have a trade clause, does he?
Nope.
No. So
Only LeBron does.
So they can trade him anywhere they want, but but what if he doesn't want to play there? Will somebody really give up all those assets for a rental? No. That's what we have to wait for. The league has made it impossible to move players anymore, and that's where this is. But maybe there's a rabbit out of a hat somewhere where Mark Walter and his group will figure something out, so that when the Lakers start winning championships again, people can start whining and crying about how the Lakers keep winning and they need to make another salary cap just for the Lakers so that everybody can win.
John, you saw the product that was out there today. I said earlier in the show before you came on, I think when it comes to and Legend, you heading out, my friend?
Oh no. I just
okay.
Something
I don't know. It was not private. I believe it's 7 age. Stay in New York is where he wants to go. Oh, okay. No worries. I'll go ahead with that. I'll touch on that with you, my friend, here in a second. Then, I saw it, but even before I didn't look at it, I assumed you were headed out because I was late for you, my friend. But I wanted before you leave, I'll touch on that before you leave. But John, I said in the third quarter, it was actually an out of bounds play, and I saw the lineups out there for both OKC and the Lakers, and I just said in the Discord crowd, I said this is the difference between an elite GM and an average to below GM as far as the product out there on the court. I don't know if you concur. I don't know if you want to go ahead and argue. I know Stefan Piscano, when I talk to him tomorrow, will probably try to argue to no avail. But your thoughts, my friend, on exactly where we stand, because right now, I think you saw tonight as a product, even when it came up to put SGA and the starting crew aside, when it came to their 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th man, 11th man, 12th man, when they were playing, they were better than what the Lakers had out there.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's been no secret, Gerald, that we have had terrible front office, and for the longest, I've always said, I know my boy Joe liked this. So when I said this a long time ago, this problem started from the top. It was the head of the snake, and what the body will always follow the head of the snake, and the top, and the problem was at the top. The problem was with management. The problem was front office. The problem was Genie Bus. The problem was the fact that the Bus family. This is their only venture. This is all that they did. This was the issue. So I think that yes, we are not where we want to be right now, Gerald. But I do think that there is a I think there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I think I would say even more than a glimmer of hope. I think glimmer of hope would be underrating it and kind of disrespecting it, just because I do really believe in the change, the overall haul as a change that Mark Walters is going to bring. I know you guys are all big on like the Dodgers around here, right? I mean, at least Joe's big on the Dodgers, so shit. I know how much he's done with the Dodgers, and I know how much he has not spared spared shit his wallet, his spending power. And as we all know, you got to pay. You got to pay to play. You got to pay to win. You got to pay to even be in the realm of possibilities to win.
But you also have to make smart choices and evaluate talent at an NBA, college, or even at a level below. See kids who you think are coming up through the G League or whatnot that you might get on a 2A that might break out someday.
Yeah,
or like in the second round, you get a steal in AJ Mitchell or something like that.
And you guys probably know his name better, but he did. I think pretty sure he just got let go this year. Wasn't it one of Genie's brothers that he's been the one that's been running the scouting?
Both two brothers.
Yeah, they're both brothers, right? Yeah, they both they both got let go this year, and they both were the two that were not on board to bring Mark Walter. And so the fact that those two are now gone, I think is the start of something new, though, Gerald.
Well, they were also not exactly in love with selling it to Mark Walter in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those were the two that were not on board to selling it to him.
And they happen to be in charge of the scouting department.
And those were the two that have been on.
And how many good draft picks have we had this decade?
Oh my goodness, just absolutely just miss. Just what they're saying on the social media nowadays, like holy airball, holy airball. Like that's how bad our draft picks has been. So again, I say all that to say, Gerald, the glimmer of hope is, getting Mark Walter in. The glimmer of hope is starting to have this whole haul of new people. And one of the first shits that we got to get rid of here is those Bus brothers, which we already did. So
yeah, which we already did indeed.
Which we already did. Thank God. God is good.
Do you think Pelinka can turn this around, or do you want something else guiding the ship, so to speak?
I personally would want something else guiding the ship, just because at this point I'm kind of fed up with Rob Pelinka, to be honest with you. But again, I do think that Rob Pelinka's hands were also tied in a way, part of his, as his Lakers stint.
By who?
Because of front office management. I think because of front office, because of the reason why Genie and them never really wanted to spend money. They never really wanted to pay to play. They never wanted to overpay players. Part of the reason we got so many players poached after 2020 is because we didn't want to pay those players, and we didn't want to pay to play. And why do we not want to pay?
They wanted to pay THT.
Yeah, unfortunately, right? They
wanted to pay for Russell Westbrook. They paid two first rounders for Russell Westbrook.
We paid the ones, Gerald, that did not pan out. So again, I say all this to say, Gerald, my point, like I started, this has been from the top. This has been management. The body will always follow the head of the snake, and that's what the body was following. The buses. The body was following that way that we were running the organization. But again,
you're right on Caruso. I'll give you that, because they didn't want to go ahead into a higher tax realm, but they paid the tax almost every year this decade. They haven't gotten into the second tax apron that much, they've gone into the first tax apron, so they paid at least some tax on most years this decade.
And now if you look at championship teams, though, Gerald, most of them are in that second apron, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But okay,
Celtics,
he hasn't been until next season.
The Celtics are damn near now about to have to erupt because they've had to.
Well, no, the Celtics are out of it. The Celtics are out of the second tax.
But when they won the championship, they were in danger of being. And that's my exact point, though, Gerald. and you understand what I'm telling you. That's my exact point.
I know, but I'm just giving you also as well that it's not every team. When you have a good GM, you don't necessarily need to be in the second tax apron right away in order to do it. If you have someone that can evaluate talent properly at a developmental level, get a lot of guys that can do the job right away on a lower salary or when they first come into the league and evaluate the talent properly. Plus, make one hell of a trade that you fleece the Clippers on doesn't hurt either.
Which is why I tell you, thankfully to Mark, we got rid of those brothers that's been absolutely just airballing on talent and airballing on scouting, airballing on recruitment. Now we have Mark, somebody who is now willing to spend that money, because I bet part of the reason we had those buses there is because they were willing to spend that pretty dime on the right scout to put there, on the right recruiter to put there. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, Gerald. But I still would like to get. I still would like to get rid of Rob,
as you say. He was to an extent. I will give you that.
What was that?
I don't think Rob Pelinka has been as handcuffed because, like I said, it's been him and Jeannie for
exactly him and Jeannie again. Okay. My point is, I want to get rid of Rob, but at the same time, I do feel like Rob has not had a supportive owner that's like, hey, here's the bag.
And I understand she's like, cash poor.
Here's the bring
compared to the other owners. I get that. And there's like I said, the Caruso is the biggest example of that. I give you that.
And that's my and that's my only point. He has kind of had his handcuffed, but still at the same time, I still want him gone. So
okay. So because when somebody comes into and talks to you about trading Westbrook, trading for Westbrook and giving up 2 first-round picks, a talent evaluator should have laughed that person out of the room. I don't care who he had dinner with.
Right.
That's all on Rob. Okay. Yeah. When Rob, the guys that the Bus brothers are suggesting you get this one player or one player. Ultimately, Rob is making that pick for JHS. Ultimately, Rob is making the picks for all those busts that you're at. It ultimately the buck stops with him on many occasions. On, like you said, when it comes to assessing free agents on who they retain and who they should not, if it's money is the issue, okay, again, I understand that he did have some limitations there, but his talent evaluation is just not that good. And you saw that as a prime example, Exhibit A on tonight's game. It is right there. You cannot hide it. And I'll just leave it at that. But Legend, let me get it to you, my friend. You said you believe Stephen A. and Jay Will said that New York is where he wants to go, but that's the report from First Take. Did you say LeBron or who it's going to on that?
That's about Giannis this morning.
Oh, Giannis. Oh, yeah. Giannis has been wanting to go there for a while. He mentioned that, I think, in the last summer, as far as Giannis wanting to go there. But again, if I'm John Horst, Legend, and it's now a bad situation anyways, and now I'm fearing for my job, even though I helped design a GM team that got to the championship, like Rob years ago. Sports world has short memories.
Yeah.
And once Giannis gone, guess what? Giannis is gone. You better have something in place of it as far as a substantial haul to work from. You better not do any Nico Harrison trades, or you might as well just go ahead, like with John and I earlier, grab the keys, get in the car and go down Conspiracy Road, because your ass is going to be fired, because it's as simple as that.
Indeed.
This summer, he better get a substantial haul from whoever the best, whoever the biggest buyer is on that, whether it's, like it's the Golden States, the New Yorks, whoever, Miami's, or if it's somebody like in the playoffs that feels that think he's going to be that one missing piece, Legend.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a nice haul. If anything, I think the Nico Harrison thing probably taught a lot of GMs on what you should and shouldn't do, even though it should be kind of common sense to try to get the maximum effort when trading somebody of that caliber. But hey, but some people don't know it, so everyone should know now, seeing what happened to Nico. So hey, for him, you want to keep your job, you better go get everything you can get. Whether you're gonna send him to the West Coast or somewhere in the East, don't matter. Get the maximum. You better bring a shitload of picks, players. You better get everything you can get. You better come in there fully loaded with a plan. Otherwise, a year from now, you might be unemployed and might be at the unemployment office trying to get some unemployment money. And
Trying to hit that EDD check. Trying to hit that EDD.
You might do something. We're going to be on MD looking for the next job, man.
When Legend drops an S-bomb, you know he's serious about that.
Damn, yeah, I don't think I've ever heard Legend cuss.
Yeah, he said ass the other day. I know that's not a full cuss thing, but he said I was like, yeah, there you go, Legend. All right. Joe is infecting your brain. Joe is infecting you.
I mean, I sometimes curse in my class too. Sometimes you got to.
So, whoa! All right, there you go. All right, indeed. But once again, the Lakers do lose tonight. Again, they're now tied for fourth place in the Western Conference. Joe, let me bring it back to you. Again, we're trying to keep this as light as we can, but it's also, what do you do at this point? Do you go ahead and keep these guys out? Do you think it's going to be a while, even with the best and most experimental of treatments? I don't know if Luka is coming back anytime soon.
I don't know what he's doing in Europe.
Signing autographs. That's what I've seen him do.
I got into a argument with the dipshit knob that I've known for years.
Lakers ball, I guess?
No. This was on my Facebook.
What's another one?
Yeah, he's
this
peptide phenomenon that's going on right now.
One. Yeah, I saw that one, dude.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that takes his shirt off in every picture he takes and takes selfies all day long, putting baby oil on himself. He's the biggest fucking
that did it on
gay, to be honest with you.
He's the biggest, and the funny thing is he calls me gay for wanting to throw hands. That's what I told him. I said, if you're going to talk like a tough guy, then I even gave him the address to my shop, and I told him I'll be there at 9 a.m. on Thursday. If you want to show how tough you are, come to my house.
Who was the one on playback that had the profile with him all oiled up like that?
I don't know. I try not to watch.
He was the regular. Do you remember,
John? No. This is not anybody you know.
Okay.
Yeah, this is completely. So this is someone from the fraternity days back in the day. He's a guy that he's a douche. He's a dipshit, and I'm the reality of all this bullshit is the results will speak above anything we say. If you're able to just accept what's going on, you'll be better off with it. Besides what anybody says, the Lakers are gonna find out here in the next 2 summers what's gonna happen. It's gonna take 2 summers to get this right. It's not gonna happen this summer. It's just not, unless something drastic happens. Somebody, I don't even know what star would even say. They don't even do that anymore. There's no one that says I want out. Even Giannis isn't saying it, and we're just hearing from Shams or whatever. Like, I don't believe any of these assholes. I believe nothing. All these guys with this is like, at some point the fake moon and the fake shuttles and the fake round earth, like, at some point the stupidness of that is just, you just got to turn it off. You can't listen to it, because the amount of useless human beings that talk like that all day, they don't benefit humanity. They don't benefit anything positive. They're garbage. There's nothing. I guess we're just going up in space, and then they're doing a U-turn and hiding behind Australia or something, right? You might as well just say that, right? Oh, no, they're just going up in the air, and then they're turning down and they're hiding. That's where they're going.
They did a loop, Joe.
They did a loop.
They looped the moon.
They did a loop up your ass is where they went. They're up your ass now.
I'm glad you probably explained it better to me than anyone from NASA.
It gets to a point where when you're a moron and you're delusional, it's weird, because those people think you're delusional. That's the funny thing. Oh, see, Joe, look what happened. Okay, we went 15-2, in the month of March, and I was trying to enjoy basketball, trying to enjoy the Lucas show because that's all we had, right? But as soon as they played the top notch competition, they're what at 1-11 or 1-12?
I think
1-12. 1 out of 12, basically. They've lost 11 out of the 12 against the top teams. So how am I supposed to be excited about that? I want my team to win a championship. That's what that's what ultimately this is. So I think it's time to turn the page with the current regime. LeBron has a little bit of a leeway because there's a little bit of a balance there where can you get somebody better than him? And will he take a pay cut if they can still acquire talent through the draft, through free agency, things like that? Those are the things right now that I'm looking at. Can you replace a LeBron with somebody else? Will it matter? Because I know that this new regime is going to be drafting better. I know that they're going to have more resources. We know that, and I've seen it already. And the only reason why I bring up the Dodgers so much on a Lakers show is because it's the same guy. And I already know that guy, and I know his operation. They care about winning, and they care about the team. Beyond even winning and losing, they're about taking care of people. If they take care of the people in LA, they're going to take care of the Lakers and the Dodgers, obviously. So I got to give them the benefit of the doubt and let them get this thing developed at this point. Whatever they say is likely going to be the right choice because they've been making those choices.
Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
That's Arcarino.
No, I know it's Arcarino, but who's
Teoscar Hernandez plays for the Dodgers.
Oh yeah,
Teoscar, go. So glad of you two joined the show, Teoscar.
That guy looks like
me. What happened?
Arcarino says his roommate just jumped in, saw what he was watching, and thought John was Teoscar Hernandez.
Oh, because of the beard and the hat.
What the fuck? This guy's dark skinned.
The problem with John is he's the whitest black man I've ever seen in my life.
Hey man, that's the Brazilian side kicking out of me, man. I'm real light skinned.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I get a lot of that. Well, there's not enough brothers in Major League Baseball. I'm like, brothers from where? From America?
There's a lot of brothers.
Dude, there's like half the freaking league is Dominican and Cuban. I'm like, the last time I checked, those guys were black. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Basically,
just say there are not enough Mookie Betts. Be honest. Come on, don't fiddle around with it, right?
Just be honest.
The thing with baseball is you got so many games, you know everybody. Like even though I'm a Dodger fan, you end up finding out because you're playing every team 162 times right throughout the year. You're gonna know and they play every team now. It's an interleague play started like 25 years ago. You're gonna find out every player. So it was funny, but this goes back to just stupid self-inflicting ignorance. Oh, I don't know enough this than that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you blind? So it's nonsense. Everything's just nonsense 90% of the time. You got people who talk basketball that are getting paid millions of dollars to talk basketball. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That didn't happen last night. They just pull it out of their ass. It's just nonsense. What are you watching? Who told you that? Somebody told them that, and they're running with it. That's their source. It's just this Shams thing today was funny because it popped up on my damn phone. I'm not even asking for it, but it keeps popping up. I finally had to turn off the breaking news on my ESPN. ESPN's a freaking useless app at this point with all this bullshit that they keep breaking news. Angel Reese gets traded. I don't give a fuck about Angel Reese. What the fuck is how is that breaking news?
Wait, Joe, can I tell you something? I had the exact same thought.
How the hell am I getting this? Like seriously, I went, what the like I was in a phone call too. If you guys were filming me, it would have looked like a movie. I'm sitting there, by the way, I'm doing a Zoom today
Shout
I hadn't done a Zoom in a while, right?
Hey.
So I'm talking to this guy, and I'm like, the fuck?
Joe.
Like it fucked me up for like 20 seconds. I'm like,
you had a double back.
Hold on a second, I got a call, and I'm like, what the hell? Why am I getting this breaking news shit? So
that's so funny. I had the same.
And then I accidentally will get on NBA Today for a second. Just I don't know. Sometimes I'm trying to give it a shot for a minute, and then somebody like Perkins will start going into his thing, and then it's what's her name that just I always forget all their names. And then she starts talking. Was it Amika or whatever the hell it was? Whatever the hell her name is. She's just rambling and see, while Jaylen Brown is doing this and Tatum is doing this, and I'm like, how do you know he's doing that? I didn't see that in the last game. And then it's just one thing after another, after another, after another, and then some asshole takes a picture of Luka Doncic in Europe, like Luka's gonna let you take a picture looking like you're coming out of his pants, like. You don't think I know this is AI, you fucking liar? Like, it's just nonsense after one thing after another, one thing after another. And then again, you're watching whatever you're watching that's not sports related. Oh, the moon is made of cheese. Makes you wonder why there were so many dictators before 100 years ago, right?
Somebody thinks the moon is made of cheese?
It's a long story, and I'm not going to get into it. The bottom line is,
This predates your birth, my friend.
Yeah, the bottom line is social media destroyed people not because of the programming from ads and all the guys who can't get any just constantly looking at trash online. It really started because it gave a forum, a worldly forum, to 90% of the largest dildos on the planet. Seriously, 90% of the people on social media are fucking useless. And that's the problem, because it's just nonsense garbage. Constant garbage, just garbage. I just want to, can I just, read Laker news and Dodger news without having 700 pop-ups of, hey, take this so your dick can be big, or how about you take this so that you can go and gamble your parents' money and bankrupt your entire family from it. Like everything is either a cock pill, gambling site, or some bullshit hair growth, or some kind of fucking go over here and get your fucking ass massaged, or here, take a fucking needle to your fucking stomach and just keep doing it until you fucking turn into a fucking blow-up doll. Like, seriously, what is this? Why? What is this? Is this what it comes to? Advancing in technology, you got people doing drive-bys by the moon. Drive-bys. My whole life was somebody getting shot. These guys are doing drive-bys on the moon, and all you got on the fucking thing is grow your dick, gamble on this site, and about 90% of those posts being a bunch of fucking idiots talking about how it's all fake.
And
that's
Angel Reese getting
the life
traded.
we live. What?
And Angel Reese getting traded.
That one was the breaking news on that. We're landing on the moon, or we're going by the moon, and I'm getting breaking news over that fucking trash. The fucking chick can't even fucking hit a basket. Breaking news, she's getting traded Atlanta. Sorry about that, Legend, by the way.
But
You're gonna
she
have to deal with it.
sounds better than anybody in the WNBA.
Yeah, that's all she can pretty much do on that part, unless you don't improve.
Yeah, I'm sure that we're all gonna watch Angel Reese rebound in the WNBA. That's really exciting for that league. I can't wait to watch Angel Reese rebounding and everyone else doing breakaway layups. Thank you very much for that, guys. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it this summer.
So before I close it out with Joe to tell you about how he's so excited once again to talk about doing laps around the moon and drive-bys by the moon, John and Legend, I'm going to have you close out with your thoughts. John, I'll start with you first, my friend. Your final thoughts on the game, because there was a game today, kind of, for at least a quarter and a half. Your thoughts on where the Lakers are at? Should they sit down LeBron? Is that something that might even, as far as for the final games? At this point, it's looking like more and more that Houston's going to pass by the Lakers, and the Lakers just going to end up in fifth before we head on out. And what are you doing on your channel, by the way, at Lakers Quarter as well?
Yeah. Man, sitting Bron, I don't know, man. Because the thing is, like, that's about our only hope right now, right? So it's about one of our only hopes.
We probably win Utah. Even if that G League team might beat Utah.
Bronny James got you.
Come on, Bronny. This is your game right here, man.
Airball.
Remember the last
game? That airball was very stylistic. He had all the right moves. It looked good. The form looked good. And then
ball was rolling right.
Y'all remember the last game of last year? Like we signed like Mac McClung. Or maybe two. I think it might have been 2 years ago. We had like signed Mac McClung, and like he had like 20 points last game of the season. So hey, maybe that'll be
funny.
Bronny.
Now get this, John. He is the all-time leading scorer in the G League. He's been G League MVP twice. He's only played in 11 NBA games all time.
The league is politics, man. The league is politics. But anyway,
he'll play more when the teams open up for expansion, I'll bet.
Yeah. But anyway, let me get to as far as this game.
Which I know Joe loves to hear.
You said what?
Well, what?
Expansion. I saw your eyebrows just like, when I said
well, I mean, why not? We already have shitty rosters all over the town, 10 shitty teams. Let's add 2 more. Let's add 2 more shitty teams to thin out all the freaking talent even more. I mean, it's Adam Silver and the money and the gambling and the cock pills and the bullshit and the fucking continuous enabling of a fucking league that can't stand on their own. Jeez, I wonder why things aren't going well.
That was for you, John, from your good friend Black right there.
The airball was Costas' signature move. Costas?
Like he meant you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Giannis's brother.
Yeah, he spelled Costas. He spelled Costa.
Damn,
like Luke, like you spelled Luca on that short or the AI.
But the only difference is, though, Gerald, real quick, is that was AI. This was actually this fucking dumbass idiot who is sitting in his mama's basement typing. Anyway, like I say all the time, lions don't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep, so I'm not going to lose sleep over this little
sheep have opinions.
Exactly. This kid.
We were brawn glazing. We were brawn glazing, though. I got to give him that.
Anyway, and on top of all that, we all know Black's a real bitch because he won't come out and play me, and we all know that. And if you want to see me hoop, not only you can watch my.
I don't even think he lives on your side of the country.
You could also go watch my ones game. What'd you say, Gerald?
I don't even think he lives on your side of the country, if memory serves.
Yeah, and he's still talking crazy, but it's okay though, Gerald. Lions don't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. But anyway, let's get to what's
going on with your channel.
Yes, let's get to what matters, man. Check me out, Lakers Corner, YouTube, 3-minute game recaps, weekly shows. Check me out on Instagram. We're almost at 8,000 followers on Instagram, so check me out, Lakers_Corner. TikTok, it is Lakers Corner 24, and the same thing with Twitter, who is, I guess, known as X now. Everybody's saying X. I'm still going to say Twitter. Elon, I think, wasted a whole bunch of money buying that. Twitter will always be Twitter. But anyway, shit, man, we here. Lakers, it just feels like, I said this on my channel, it just feels like the season's over in a way. I get that same feeling. And even when Luka was out, definitely, I still felt like, oh, man, like, AR, LeBron, like, we could still, we could potentially hold the boat up until Luka gets back. Yeah, now it's just to the point where.
But pre-order your playoff tickets, my friend. You can still have time.
I might. And next time I'm in LA, we need to go to this place, Joe. This one place in LA, this bar, and on Sunset in Hollywood. I'm DMing them, and they're trying to do some like live like watch parties, and they want to partner with me to where it's like I'll like basically give a code, and then it'll be free at the door, but then they basically charge drinks, and then like if you use my discount code, like you get like 10% off. And he's trying to have me go down for like game 1 or 2 for playoffs. So if I'm down there, we should go down there. He's like,
what did they want us to do there?
Shit,
just watch games.
No, I mean, yeah, it's really just watch games.
You could do a live show down there.
Yeah, it's really just like watch games and promote his bar, because he got a bar out there in Sunset, and he really wants to even more promoted on my social and shit like that. And then I'll give people my discount little code of like Lakers Corner or whatever the fuck will make it, and then he people buy drinks with that discount code, get 10% off and shit like that. And then and yeah, but that'll be like game 1 or game 2. But anyway,
all right, we'll talk if you get down there. I'll make a trip over there. I gotta go see Nick. I talked to Nick today.
Oh, Laker Nick, man. Wish him
Yeah, we're
best.
the lawyer.
Best.
I haven't seen him in hell long.
Yeah, I got something to talk to you about after the show too about that, Gerald.
Okay, no worries.
But Nick and I Nick and I definitely need to get together, so maybe we can collaborate that way.
Sounds good. Yeah, wishing him all the best. Nick, he's a really great guy. Unlike Greenblood, who got my tinfoil hat ready. But John, you can't do anything on the closed captioning because closed captioning will always butcher Luca's name. They will always spell it with a C on the closed captioning.
That's the AI.
You can never change that on the closed captioning, no matter how hard you try. But just on the 7,000 and it's LUCA. Man, gosh. And he calls Bronny a Make-A-Wish kid, and I can't even get 1,000.
Because that's just fucked up.
Unbelievable.
That's just fucked up.
Man, that's messed up all the way, boy.
But Legend, I want to go ahead and make sure I got coverage for you. Tomorrow, you and I will record an NBA Observations. Looking forward to see your deep thoughts on the Eastern Conference. So we can go ahead and give them some love as far as going over what's going on there and the final games of the season. But my friend, you've got a great channel as well. What's going on with I Got Next Sports Media?
Just recently I did talk about what happened with the Lakers, talked a little bit about what happened on the East Coast, talked about the Angel Reese move to the A's, and that is big for our state and our area. And then I'm probably gonna get ready to do a little bit more talk about what's gonna happen with Giannis, and probably prepare a live stream or video, one or the other, and get ready to cover the WNBA draft to see what my dream's about to get ready to do. See if we can get a person who's highly gonna be probably drafted. See can we get her to Atlanta, get Flage, keep the homegrown in the state.
We'll see what happens. Again, I was talking to JSJ earlier. Lakers need to look big. There's
we were talking to JSJ earlier. I feel sorry for you, man.
In the chat, he's asking about the draft. He has his thoughts. Yeah, I know. Sorry. What do you got? You guys start. I got to do something. I got to interact with the chat somehow.
Yeah, but JSJ, come on, man.
Mark gets on my case.
So talk to Search at least or something, or Carino.
I talked to Search. I talked to Mark. I talked
maybe
to
JY a little bit.
Just as long as you don't talk to Black.
JSJ though, man, come on.
Anyways, all right. I was saying that the Lakers have at where they're going to pick somewhere in between 20 and 25, a lot of opportunities to get some bigs, either a power forward or a center in that range with some talent. And I'll just leave it at that. If these guys do go into the draft, because like Trojan was saying earlier, that NIL money may keep them in school. But before we head on out, Joe, what you working on with the Joe Sora experiment before we head on out?
Feeling pretty good that Otani is going to have a good outing tomorrow. Therefore, we will, and it will be an afternoon game. So I'll probably have a show sometime in the evening tomorrow to commemorate the hopeful sweep of the American League champions. The Blue Jays are hurting right now. I think half their roster is injured. But much like Oklahoma City today, no mercy. You win every game you can win. Dodgers are doing that. Dodgers are at this point looking like a team that is combining their two championship runs into 1 year. And if that is the case, if things stay the way they are, we're probably going to look at what will arguably be the greatest dynasty in baseball history. And I know that sounds weird to a lot of the old Yankee fans and current Yankee fans, but when you factor in where baseball is now, even as far back as 25 years ago, it's a completely different game. And I'm not going to downgrade the Yankees of the late 90s. I would say there's an argument that that could be the greatest dynasty ever as well. They won 4 and 5 years. However, I don't believe this will be it, even if they do win it this year. It's just going to be a team that three-peats, which is I think the exciting part for me is we're going to have a lot of shows comparing the 2 3-peats in LA. I can't wait for that if that were to happen. So the Lakers, because Empire Jeff and I have already been talking about it. I'm like, hey, man, we're going to be able to talk about this for a while. Who is better? We've already found ourselves talking about that. Is this more of the 2002 team? Is it more of the 2001 team? This looks like more of the 2001 team. But then there's a combination of, if they're really good in the regular season, could be a combination of 2000 regular season and then the playoff 2001. So that's just, it's fun. It's fun. We're already there. We're kind of ahead. And even if they don't win it this year, they're gonna win. In my view, at least 2 or 3 more before Ohtani retires, and that's the very least. So it's in baseball. If you sat there and said, "All right, Joe, you're going to have 10 years with Shohei Ohtani, and you're going to win, let's say 4 to 5 titles," I think you probably take it. I think you're pretty damn happy with that. That's 40% to 50% championship run for the greatest baseball player that will ever live when his career is over. Yes, Johnny. Yes, Johnny. I believe I am very positive that they will pass 11 probably within the next 5 years. Yes, they the St. Louis Cardinals have 11, and the Dodgers are at 9 right now. So 3 more would pass the St. Louis Cardinals, and that would officially put the Dodgers as the best franchise in National League history. And they got a long way to catch the Yankees at 27. However, I have no doubt that this century is the Dodgers century. This is not going to be something where they're just good during the Ohtani era. I feel very strongly that in the next 74 years, I believe the Dodgers will win anywhere between 10 to 15 World Series at the very least. Yeah, I'm very, very, very comfortable in saying that between now and I'm not gonna be here, obviously, but I say this is going to be the Dodgers will be the Yankees of the 21st century. I have full confidence in that.
Well, there you go. All right, and hopefully we will get our conspiracy hats on right here to see what the Lakers will do. But again,
hey, Blob Ross,
fucking classic.
Blob Ross. So I learned what a furry was on an episode of Entourage when Johnny Drama ended up banging some chick wearing a rabbit's outfit. So furries are people who wear costumes and have relations in those costumes. That's what a furry is.
All right. And on that note, it is, of course, the Lakers fast break. The Lakers
just need a huge tub of acid to take care of some things.
Of course. Why not?
Maybe we can get what is that? Remember in Wreck-It Ralph, Gerald? Remember when that
he's gonna wreck it, all right.
Remember when the Coke? Remember when they put what was it, Mentos or whatever, Pop Rocks in that Coke, and it attracted all the bugs? Mm-hmm. We got to do that with the sphere, and the sphere needs to turn into that zapper that zaps all the flies.
Okay. I'm sure James Dolan, who owns the sphere, will absolutely love to put that to use like that. There you go. What a better way to put a $1 billion product out there to go ahead and be a glorified bug zapper indeed. Yeah. But it is, of course, the Lakers fast break. Truly appreciate you joining us. Tomorrow, I will go ahead and release the NBA observations with Caleb Ponce. And also tomorrow morning on Lakers Latest, I will have a morning recap for you as well. But again, as my conspiracy hat falls off, I got to put it back on. Don't miss John Costa's Lakers Corner with his 3-minute report right there for you. Again, I told him, I gave him the synopsis. Could have made it even shorter, but it's more elaborate than what I get
into the weeds, man.
Okay, there you go. Absolutely. Tonight could have been straightforward. All I'll say is that. But again, legends here. I got Next Sports Media and Joe Soro with the Joe Soro Experiment as well. But again, thank you so much for joining us. I'll be back with some more NBA observations tomorrow. We'll be back for games as far as for on Thursday. I believe is it the Golden State Warriors on Thursday?
Yep, Warriors on
Yes.
Thursday.
Warriors on Thursday, then Suns on Friday, then Utah to finish out the season. All right, so there you
They
go.
don't
We'll
have
be back.
basements usually in the West Coast, by the way,
Okay.
So
because there's earthquakes here and no one wants to be laying there playing the PlayStation. All of a sudden,
That is correct. Yes, I can concur with Joe on that one. Absolutely.
but at least we know he is in the
that's a
basement.
shitty way to die, man.
That would be ass.
Mom, you have any Pop-Tarts?
John, you live in Northern California. Do you have a basement?
No, but I have an attic.
Well, but that's up. That's not.
Yeah,
You know
but
what
it's
my
like-
attic looks like?
But it's lit though. Like you could go in there and stand up.
There's-
You can go on my attic. and
Oh,
stand
really?
up.
Yeah.
There's nails
mine
sticking
can't.
out from the joints of everything, so I have to literally go like this.
Oh, that's crazy.
And
Yeah,
I put,
mine's like a bend over. You know, like that when you get up there, and yeah, that's.
that place can be scary, but it's got some nice storage unit stuff in there. I feel like Clark W. Griswold in Christmas Vacation, kind of walking around the planks.
JY, I wouldn't lose out just to get a better draft pick because you're still talking about a draft pick in the 20s. At this point, if you're going to just do it to rest LeBron. That's all I'll say at this point. But again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is Joe Soro from the Joe Soro Experiment, Legend from I Got Next Sports Media, and John Costa from Lakers Corner. Thanks so much again for joining us. Catch all the stuff that we do on a daily basis for you, tin hat and all, right here on the Lakers Fast Break podcast. Conspiracy theories, let's do it. Let's go right now on Conspiracy Road.
No one's doing the.
Conspiracy Road.
That's just wrong, Black.
Black, go back to your dad's basement, baby. Go back.
Or the attic.
Or go